Hello, Sparrows. It's another Wisdom Wednesday. Come on into the room. Come on in. I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. Come on in. Let's talk about gratitude tonight. Gratitude and your personal quote. And if you have a personal quote, or even if you have a gratitude time. Let's talk about gratitude time. And of course, I'm just going to pull a little bit. Normally on Mondays, I generally speak from my book. However, tonight I feel compelled to speak from gratitude time, where I've written about the importance of gratitude time to me in my book, right? Gratitude time is everything to me. Brenda Richard, hello, welcome in. How are you tonight, ma'am? Welcome into the room. We're talking about gratitude time and personal quotes, things that are important to you, the benefits of having gratitude time, that awareness of self and knowing when to pump the brakes and just stop and have that oneness with God, or have that oneness with whomever your higher power is. That's what I am talking about tonight. I feel so compelled to do so. I'm glad you're doing okay. It's good to see you. We have to talk. We have to chat. I need to see how things are going with you in accordance to our last conversation. Indeed. But gratitude time for me, for those of you who really know me like that, you know that gratitude time is every day at 2 o'clock p.m. I pump the brakes. That's what I do. That's what I do. I stop. I have that moment, that musa. I have to have it. Sometimes it's that time of day when I restart. However, of course, first thing in the morning when waking up, that's what I do. Gratitude time. Because I'm grateful to have another day. Like, oh, well, I woke up, I see it, I'm here. Thank you. And then basically is planning out the day. Like, God, whatever you have for me to do today, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. So do you have a gratitude time? What does your gratitude look like? Your image, what you paint every single day. Joy Carswell, welcome in. Hey, how are you? Come on in. So, like I said, we're pulling from How It Became Fabulous, because I just felt so the need to talk about gratitude today. And of course, you see on my timeline every single day, at least during the week, the weekdays, I post my gratitude time. So whatever I'm grateful for, I tend to write about and on my LinkedIn, and then I just kind of just share it on my Facebook and my Twitter. It's important. I feel like it's just something, it's like riding the wave, something to share with others, and maybe they will be inclined to be inspired to do the same. And of course, again, on my timeline, I popped up inspired today, because it's all about inspiring one another. And you can start by being grateful for being here, grateful for who you are, grateful for your soul's journey in life. Just gratitude across the board. It doesn't matter. And coming from chapter 40 in my book, just prior to starting each chapter, I have a quote that's relative to the chapter that I'm referencing. And the quote that I wrote in regards to gratitude time is: acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. And that's by Eckhart Tolle. It was just so profound that I shared his particular quote. Fabulous. I think he's amazing. And such a person that's oneness with himself. I've learned a lot just by watching him from afar. I wouldn't call him a mentor or anything, but I do catch him from time to time and watching him from afar. So what does your day look like? What does your gratitude time look like? That's what I am interested in finding out today. I say I'm always sharing things with the Sparrows. Tonight, it's going to be a one-on-one, and we're going to talk about gratitude, the benefits of gratitude, if you're showing gratitude or not. What are you thankful for? in essence, to put it in one thing, you know, everything. I'm grateful for every single thing. However, on particular days, you may exude something or share something completely different. Something that miraculously happened in the day. Like today, I was doing some writing and working on my website and different programs, classes that I'm going to be rolling out. Summer has already launched, and it's 1,000,001 things that I have going on and would like to just unveil all of it to you. However, I can't. I cannot do that. So it's just narrowing down what I will be sharing. So showing gratitude for that and having to be reminded of all the additional things that have in the past year layered into what I already do, like these podcasts. I'm grateful for them. Oh my gosh, I am. I'm grateful for them. And at the same time, they take a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do this. Scheduling guests, bringing them on, topics of what we're going to be talking about, a number of things. However, grateful for it because it's things that I wasn't expecting to, or shall I say, things I didn't know would become such important factors to me being a conscious lifestyle strategist. Who knew? Jabo, welcome to the room. How are you doing today? How are you doing, sir? And I should probably turn the ringer off on my phone. So please pardon that. But gratitude is a must in my life. And it's a must every single day of my life. Like I say, when I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful. Throughout the day, I'm grateful. However, I come to a screeching halt at 2 p.m. every single day. Even if I'm talking to you on the phone, I'm going to stop and I'm going to say, hey, oh, nope, it's gratitude time. It's 2 o'clock. What are you grateful for? So it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. That's exactly what I say because it's vital. Jabo, you're saying you're so blessed? Yes. Blessings come in so many different ways, and it's acknowledging the fact that you are blessed and then being grateful for what you're blessed about and what you're blessed for. It could be family. It could be for a career path. It could be for a new love in your life. It could be just because you woke up this morning, just because you're getting to do the things that you absolutely enjoy most in life. And by you being that individual, it's easy. It's easy to do. Just simply say thank you, you know. But for me, you know, I also like to recite the serenity prayer because there are some things that take place that it's just simply out of your control. You can't do anything about it. However, acceptance comes into play, and when you know how to differentiate between the two and you know how to turn it off and how to turn it back on and say, you know what, okay, I can't do anything about that. However, I'm grateful for the experience, no matter what it looks like, right? So just go ahead, do me a favor. In comments, just put one thing that you're actually grateful for today. Do that. Jessica Jefferson, welcome to the room. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you. So, gratitude is a must in my life. What does it look like for you? How does it look every single day? And there are so many benefits to it. It goes beyond happiness. It just keeps you in an elevated space, and things that you normally wouldn't feel emotionally, you find joy in it because you're showing gratitude. Your health, beneficial by that. You feel better. Your attitude's greater. You can get along better with individuals. It's so many benefits to this. Do you even practice it at all? I know over time it's been many people that have said to me, you know, Valerie, where did all this come from? You know, when do you start practicing gratitude? And I've always practiced gratitude. It really has been something that's been a norm all of my life. I just never really spotlighted it. Brenda Richard, you're saying definitely grateful for waking up this morning and for my family, also for having the opportunity to meet you. Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. See, just by you saying that, now I have that smile that makes my cheeks hurt. That big one, that big grin. I'm grateful for meeting you also, Brenda. And if it wasn't for your son, Riley, I wouldn't have met you. Another gratitude moment. If it wasn't for the platform for Matters of the Heart Monday, I wouldn't even have been privy to meet him. So you have to really sit and take it all in as to how things come about in our lives, the people that we meet every day, how we meet them, what the purpose is in meeting them, and what does the future hold. Is it something for the moment? Is it something that can be continued? Is it a seasonal thing? We never know. However, just embracing the facts of what it is and how it makes you feel and being a contribution to somebody else, that's what it's all about. Gratitude time. What does yours look like? Tammy Johnson, welcome to the room, sweetheart. Tam, we have to talk. I have yet to talk to you since I've gotten back to Charlotte. We have to talk, ma'am. So gratitude time is very important. I also mentioned that your personal quote, and what does your personal quote sound like, look like? And when I say personal quote, it goes to identifying of yourself. And what is it that inspires you every single day? What is your personal quote that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated? Jabbo, you're saying, I lost some and didn't know where 2 days later. Okay. I found it at home, grateful, as at 64 in good health. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Money. Okay. Money. You lost some money at home, didn't know where it was, found it 2 days later. Gotcha. Because I didn't know where to go with that, Jabbo. I didn't know where to go with that. However, I'm grateful it was discovered. However, even though you discovered money of what you've written, I am so grateful that you're in good health, because there are so many people who really isn't. They're not in good health. And that's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But I see you out here working out and taking your muscle shots. I see them. And when I do see them, I do acknowledge that, because it's all about support as well. So when you see somebody, exude some support. Say, I see you. You're doing great. You look fabulous. All of those types of things. It goes along with gratitude, expressing kindness, being, showing love and kindness to those that you are in contact with, friends, family, co-workers, whatever the case. It's important. However, give what you're seeking in life. I've always been that individual. It's all about being responsible, being loving, and being kind. Which brings me back to what I mentioned before about my personal quote. If you have a personal quote, if you don't have one, I suggest that you create one. It came, today it just brought more attention to it, to what mine really is. Usually at the end of every show or within my emails, I have love without conditions, always possess a positive attitude, and soar in all you do. I love you, mean it, Smooches. I do that every single wrap up of my shows. And I say that because I believe it. I'm firm in that. It just goes to show who you are and your character being displayed. Brenda's saying it costs nothing to be loving and kind to others. It doesn't. It's free. It's absolutely free. And you're blessing others and you're blessing yourself all at the same time. It's the whole boomerang effect. What you give, you instantly receive back. Is that type of situation. Eddie Patterson, hey brother, welcome to the room. Glad to see you. We need to talk later. FYI, just saying. So looking at things for what it is. And like I say, that's the wrap up of my shows. Is something that I have said, and something, it's a quote I created. I don't even know how long ago. I created that because it just touched my heart, and it goes along with, with the unconditional love of God and all of that, and just making sure that I share and give what I desire, what I yearn for in my life. So my personal quote that I really kind of tweaked today, it was a part of gratitude time. So gratitude time, you'll see on my timeline where it says I'm grateful for answered calls. I wrote about answered calls. Like, no matter when I call on God, no matter what I need, He always answers my calls. And it goes to me identifying who I am, knowing who I am, living and being the individual that I say that I am. I don't ever say that I'm something that I'm not. And going back to the whole I am statement, and everything that you put behind the I am is in fact who you really are, whether it's a good thing or not. Be grateful that you're a good person. Be grateful that you can challenge yourself to become greater. That's what it's about. However, if it's things that you need to work on those. And be grateful that you can say, you know what, I need to work on that. So it's gratitude in every single thing, for sure. However, now, like I said, my quote that I took my closing and just kind of just redefined that. I said, you know what? I have to share with the Sparrows about the importance of having a personal quote that resembles and reflects who they are every single day. It's something that you recite to yourself. It's something that you've created because you know who your character is. You know the whole walk that you have in your life is that important. So mine is, and I typed it out and I have it on my TV, so I'm going to read it because I had to have it really big. I didn't want to have it, where I got to look all down and stuff, but I will look across the room where I have it. And my personal quote is, I am a conversationalist who loves wholeheartedly without conditions, always possessing a positive attitude and aspire to soar in all I do. That's my personal quote. That's something I can say to myself every single day. And it's taken a spin off of what my quote that I share with you at the end of every broadcast. And say, you know what? I'm just going to add a little bit to that. Being a conversationalist. I'm a conversationalist. I enjoy talking. I'm fond of having conversations and having engagement with other people. Juicy conversations, heartfelt conversations, even the sad ones. Being there for friends, being there for family, being there for my clients, because it's important to have somebody to listen. Sometimes just listen. Be grateful for having the capability of listening, because it's tough sometimes when you're a conversationalist, because you're always speaking, having conversations about something. A great conversation, a fabulous conversation, could be simply listening sometimes and actually hearing what the other person has to say. Those are traits that we can work on every single day. Vital in essence. And again, it goes back to the benefits. Benefits are beautiful when it comes to gratitude and having a personal quote, a personal statement that reflects you and who you are. Some other additional benefits that you can receive from being grateful: it boosts your immune system. It's one of those things because it makes you happy, which means the adrenaline and everything within you, you're healthier by that. And I know Jabo was saying he was grateful for good health. I'm definitely grateful for good health because I have to be mindful to know that it's somebody somewhere who does not have good health. They don't. And then you have negative Nellies and negative Neds that you sometimes come into contact with, and that just totally ruins your chi. It can change your attitude. Goes back again. Having a positive attitude. I have learned just move away from this person. Try to speak something positive over them to see if the mindset's going to change. However, if it doesn't, see ya. What I won't be doing is subjecting my spirit to your bad behavior or your negative attitude, no matter what it looks like, because we never know what other people are going through. I am there for you if you are willing to talk about it. If you're not, then I know how and when to have discernment to move out of the way. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to continually just move my little stuff right out of the way when it comes to that, because it takes practice to maintain positive attitudes. A lot of practice. Oh my gosh. Ugh. And I talk so much. There are times I really want to be quiet and simply listen. I would love that. Now, if any of you in the room would like to just come on and just chat with me for a moment, then I will allow you to do that. Just at the bottom of your screen, hit that double head silhouette and ping me. Once I receive notification, I'll bring you on if it's something you want to talk about when it comes to gratitude time, or if it comes to what your personal quote and what that looks like. Is it something you're working on? Is it something that you already have in place? What does it look like for you? Please share. That's what it's all about. But like I said, gratitude time today was really, it was miraculous, and grateful for being grateful. And you will see that when you go back and you read what I've written in my post for the day, because when you're grateful, so many things pop into your mind of what else you're grateful for. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then you just talk about it. Grateful for this, grateful for that. Even though things may not be going the way you want it. I can just probably take a quick stream. Let me just scroll down my timeline. I'm going to tell you all the things I have. Inspire on here. We talked about being inspired and inspiring others, right? And then I also had difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. We're not going to be on the higher echelon of fabulous every day. That's why I say it takes practice to be positive all the time. So much effort in order to do that. And however, when something surprising pops up in your life, it doesn't have to be beautiful. It can be winding roads. I have all those things on there on the timeline. So I was just kind of giving a peep into the window as to what I was going to be talking about tonight. And that was one of those things. Winding roads, staying in your lane, staying focused on what you are here for, because it's easy to be distracted by other people and things that they have going on, and then there you are, you're over the cliff because you took your eyes off the road. Just something that I put up last night. Alonzo Morris, hi sir, welcome to the room. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming into the room. Jabo, you're grateful for the few people that you know. Few is fabulous. I tell you that. Few is fabulous. And I say that because the numbers, I've always been one that's had people around all the time. Always. And at one point you say, oh, I have tons of friends. No, everybody is not your friend. Thaddeus, welcome in. Shamasi, welcome in. But everybody really isn't your friend. And put them in the proper place. You know, associate, co-worker, whatever they look like. Be honest with yourself to say exactly who they are. So when you're older, you get to a certain place in life. Like I know for a fact, I can probably count on one hand who I can say my true and true, through and through friends are. Not many. Not many. And I won't have a full 5 if I, looked at it from that standpoint. So to say that you're grateful for the few friends that you have, then yes, you should be grateful for those few because they got you. Those are the ones who know you. And I look at friends like this. Friends know your parents. They know your family members. They know them by name. And my true and trues, they have my parents' phone number. They know where my parents live. They ask about them. It's a number of things like that. That's how I deem who's really a friend. Who's really going to be that person that you can call at 2 a.m. if something goes down. Who is that person if you have a flat and you don't have a AAA card? Who are you calling? Who? First of all, I'm not going to be out at 2 a.m., but that's just an example. But those people that you know you can call, you can depend on, look at it for what it is and who it is. And don't give someone such a great title of friend when they haven't exuded what friendship looks like. However, be grateful for the ones that are there for you. Yes, that's right, Jabal. They are real and they are for you at both good and bad times. They most certainly are. You know, like the most tragic times in your life, they're there. You don't have to ask them for anything. You don't have to do anything. They are there with bells on, with whatever need. And they do for you, oh my gosh, they do for you that you never even asked for. So yes, that's a great gratitude right there. That's a great one. Hi, Veronica Morris. Welcome in. You're working tonight and you're, oh, look at you tuning in from work. Good. I miss you, girl. We'll talk later. But as you can see, the topic tonight is gratitude time. What does yours look like? And what does your personal quote, your identifier, what does it say about you? Have you even created one? It's something to really think about. Think about that. Take some time, ponder it, process it, and that thing that you can say it at any given time when you're feeling some kind of way, and you can remind yourself of who you are. A conversationalist. Oh my gosh. I've always been a conversationalist. Well, not always. Probably more so after like high school. Studied communication in college. Little did I know I'd be utilizing it for here. I've always wanted to be in journalism or be on radio. That's always been an aspiration, you know, growing up. The number one thing I've always wanted to do was, of course, I've said it a million times, I wanted to be a pilot. My dad said no. Oh my gosh. My dad said no. I couldn't go to pilot school. I couldn't go. Had a full ride on it too. My daddy said no. So I was respectful, didn't go. However, I still have that in my heart to be a pilot. So the day will come when I go and I will get my pilot's license. I will say that. However, in essence, being a sparrow, I'm flying. I am. So I'm grateful for everything in my life as it unfolds. I do not complain. I don't find it to be, or me to be in the space of I wish I had. I know it's a purpose behind everything that does happen, as well as something behind what does not happen. Timing could have been the situation. I don't know. But I can't live under the umbrella of the what ifs. I'm not a what if kind of a gal. Very accepting. Very accepting. And all of this came about because I was writing some things for my book today, book number 2, and all this overwhelming, or, well, let's say overjoyous. I wasn't overwhelmed because I was over the top excited as all this information is piping into my mind. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where did this come from all of a sudden? Him. Always giving me stuff. Like I said, answers my call all the time. If I have a question about something, that's how he goes about answering, with pleasant surprises. As I'm writing, then I have this whole flux of information, like, oh my gosh, if you could see my desk, If you can see it. Stuff everywhere. Sticky notes, pens, notepads, dinner that I didn't finish eating, and tea. It's a number of things. Jotting notes down because I can't grab a pen and paper quick enough sometimes. I have to grab my phone and kind of just record what I need to say because that's how much is coming in. I'm grateful for that. Trust me when I tell you, I have notes to write 5 books right now. And it's finding the time in the midst of everything else that I have going on in life. Structuring business. It's only been a year. April made a year that I took the leap. Grateful for that. Has the walk been easy? Absolutely not. However, when I say it's not rolled out red carpet, However, I am grateful. Every day, I've gone through the process of eliminating so many things. And as I eliminate, oh my gosh, it's like I get new life every time. I get rid of something, I get new life. Get rid of some more, oh my gosh, I get new life. Because I am in complete transformation of myself. I'm going through transformation. And the person I'm becoming, I'm grateful. I am in love with her. And it takes taking risks. It takes doing things that are different and being grateful for the changes, no matter what they look like. They may seem astronomical, but again, difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. My focus is strictly on the destination, where I'm going. Always face forward, excited about it, cry a little, write a little, deal with something else, excited again. It's like this all the time, a fast-moving train, and I'm so grateful for every single experience. However, now I've said to you guys many times, I'm on the island. I'm on an island of isolation. I'm on it. And when I am freed to come off of this island, all the juiciness that has taken place, watch out. That's all I have to say. You're writing notes right now, Veronica. You can understand what I'm saying. When the juice comes, all I can say is embrace it. Embrace it. My music paused. Can't have that. But, look at your life for what it is. Look at it for what it is. Be grateful for what it is. No matter what is unfolding to be, you're beautiful. You're that butterfly. If you want to be a butterfly, however, you're a sparrow to me. Because sparrows are completely, solely dependent on God. No matter what I'm doing, He got me. That's it. He answers my call. Go and read that, my gratitude time for today. That's what I'm talking about. Your higher power, whatever it is, or whomever you look up to, whoever your source is. Because without source, we are nothing. So I just felt compelled to talk about that today. I really did. But ultimate joy is what it's all about. And in order to reach the levels of ultimate joy, that means you have to be grateful. And being grateful, wow, is endless. It is endless. For waking up this morning, for having a sound mind, because someone is dealing with some ridiculous amounts of mental health issues. And that's all because you're not communicating about things. You're keeping things kind of pressed down. And I almost shared something that I shouldn't be sharing right now. I'll tell you about it, but not this very moment. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Hello, Patricia. How are you doing, Miss Woolfolk? Welcome to the room. So what does your gratitude look like? Put into the comments one thing you're grateful for today. And a surprise that took place that you were not looking for, however it took place. My surprise was that wealth of information that came in that I wasn't looking for Every day I just go through the routine of what I'm writing on for gratitude time. I'm doing that. I'm writing it all out. But as I was writing today, I got the greatest gift ever. A whole different spin on some things to add into my book. I was over the top when that happened because it's a spin on something that I hadn't even thought about to add. And it makes me wonder, oh my gosh, girl, are you ever going to finish this book? But at the same time, taking a back seat and just letting it unveil and write itself, because it'll be finished when it's finished. That's how I'm looking at that. And it's going to be a party and a half. Trust that. You will hear about the party as well. You will be invited. All you have to do is buy a ticket. It was going to be private before. I've decided, nope, it's not private. I'm making it public. So if any of you Sparrows want to participate, keep your eyes and ears open. You will be hearing about it by end of summer. You're great. You got your first royalty check for Severn Eating. Congratulations. You received a basket from one of your students. Aww. That's beautiful, Veronica. Jabo, do I write for other people? I have not. I have not. It could be something in the future. However, right now, I'm so inundated with all I'm writing. I'm still promoting this book. I'm still promoting this one, How I Became Fabulous and a Lady, all the time. However, I'm just about done with book 2. And I've been telling you guys for the longest time that is I accept me. Being brave, being bold, being fierce. Guess what? Title changed. But the benefit to that is once the title changed for me, as it did for this one, I had 3 different names for this book before I settled on this one. This one dropped on me like a ton of bricks, this title, and it was perfect for it. And the title that I have for this book now, number 2, oh my gosh, so fitting. I was like, who knew? Kevin Raddick, welcome to the room. Erica Bracey, welcome in. Why do you ask, Jabo? Do you have a book that needs to be written? You need a ghostwriter? Reach out to me. Let me know what you're talking about. If I can help you, you know I will. However, like I said, I love pleasant surprises. Surprises come when we're not looking for them. And another gratitude moment, you know? Don't miss the present. We can be so focused on what's next, and not wanting to look back at yesterday. Yesterday served purpose. Present, right now, serve purpose. But don't miss now, focusing on tomorrow. Take it all in. Embrace, accept, inspire, discover yourself. Reach out to me, Jabo, whenever you have a moment. We'll talk about that. So what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Because I promised you, prior to 2018, you couldn't have paid me to be doing what I'm doing right now. Couldn't have. I had no desire to do this. I'm a behind the scenes kind of a gal. But to be up here, starting out 1 day a week, turned into 2 days a week, and the platform is going nuts. Nuts. With people reaching out to come on. There's actually a waiting list for Wisdom Wednesday this night. Tonight I took back so I could have a conversation with you. So I will be making attempts to do that on Wednesdays, Wisdom Wednesday, as well as Matters of the Heart Monday, when I can sneak some time in. I'm grateful to have a book schedule out to September. I have a few dates for Matters of the Heart, but not many. And that's only because of reschedules. Because come October 1st, I will share this, October 1st, you're going to see some major changes for these platforms. Because I have to make those changes now. Otherwise, my whole year would be booked out, and I don't want to book that far out in advance. You have to leave room for growth and changes. So October 1st, you will actually get to see what those changes are going to be. Phenomenal. I can't even share yet. No. John Hamilton, welcome to the room. Don't get quiet on me, Sparrows. Do share. I can go on and on and on about what I'm grateful for, but most people just sum it up, everything. Your birthday is October 1st? That's my launch day and your birthday. Double celebration. We'll be talking on that day, Jabo. My brother's birthday is October 2nd. Yeah. October is the first month of the last quarter of the year. So whatever you've been working on all year, we're halfway there. We're in the 6th month right now. Have you been reaching your goals? Are you at that place to where you can make a landslide going into 2020? Are you prepared for that last quarter to really seal it? Put the icing on the cake? Do everything that's necessary that you need to do? Are you prepared right now to say that? I'm blown away. That is June 5th. Yeah. Is it on a Tuesday? Well, it will be a special announcement live October 1st. That's what I'm doing. I'm casting the net out there right now for that. I just can't tell you what it is yet until then. I'm behind the scenes working things out now. The website will be out really soon. A lot of changes are going to come when the website rolls out. Yeah, so it's a lot to be grateful for. That's why I say it doesn't matter what the picture looks like. No matter that we come on live on a Monday or a Wednesday and then we have all the echoing and all this nonsense in the room. Oh my God. Guess what happens? I continue. Not easily defeated. Put it this way, not defeated at all. When my mind is made up about something, it's going down. That is it. Grateful for that mindset. That's it. And it's a part of my personal quote. I love wholeheartedly. If I commit to something like what I'm doing, my business, that's it. I've decided. And I'm not quitting. I will not give up on it. I'm going to make the tweaks that are necessary. I'm going to move forward because in my mind, I am a visionary. My overall company, that's, over TVM. TVM, I'm just doing business as TVM. However, my business is Visions, LLC. And the reason I named my company Visions is because I have so many of them. It's about time and place of when to roll out each thing. Being an interior designer, virtual interior designer, using techniques of, feng shui and how you feng shui your life and the different programs that I have, the classes that are set up that are on the verge of being rolled out. Watch out. So I still do interior design. I'm not giving up on interior design because I'm a conscious lifestyle strategist. No. It's a part of who I am. I get just as thrilled about designing, putting colors together. I have private clients that I can work with as well. Nothing changes. I just layer it all in. You can layer it all in. Be fabulous. I can't say it enough. Avril Scarlett, welcome in. Sandra Cook, welcome in. How are you doing, hometown? Good to see you in the room. What are you grateful for? Share what in the world are you grateful for this very moment. I won't even say earlier today. What are you grateful for right now? And what is your personal quote? Personal quotes are vital in our lives. It keeps us going throughout the day. It keeps us focused on what our purpose is in life. If we're on track, if we need to get back on track, the whole nine. Are you in alignment with yourself? You know, I keep wanting to share. I'm going to have to go ahead and close this live out because I'm going to mess around and share something I'm not supposed to share with you just yet. But it's going to be a ton of classes that I'm having rolled out. Yes, soirees, I will say that. Soirees are great. Watch out. Watch out. There's so many things. And coming back here to the Carolinas, I've learned a lot that is so different from being in Atlanta, Alpharetta. So it's a lot that Charlotte can catch up on, and I'm like, great opportunity. Great opportunity. Patricia, you're saying that, okay, I am enough just as I am. You are enough. Enough is great. When you accept yourself for being enough, if that's what you say you're grateful for, that's what you're grateful for. I am is very serious. It's impactful because when you say I am, you're talking about alignment directly with God. And whatever you say you are so. So being enough, great. I accept that as long as you accept that. That beautiful. But that's pretty much the gist. Enough to plant the seed. And you know, sometimes I come out on my timeline and I'll say, you know, just a seed for thought. So when I say just a seed for thought, it's something to ponder. What are you grateful for in every aspect of your day? Do you set aside a time? Mine is 2 o'clock. Come to a halt, no matter what. What are you grateful for? I stop. Share what I'm grateful for. Sometimes I'll write during that time. That's the reason why I started blogging at that time. And basically sharing at some point before midnight, I'll post my gratitude time. Because I got to where, you know what? I can't be in the midst of gratitude time and then write at the same time. That was taking away from the whole point of it. So I have my private time and I share what I'm grateful for. I have my oneness, my time with God. That's it. Then afterwards, then I can write at some point in the day of my gratitude time. And I post it. So you can read what I've written about. And something will be coming from that also. It's like that. Hi, Gwen. Gwen Reed, welcome to the room. I haven't talked to you in a while. We must chat, my dear. We must chat. What are you grateful for today, Gwen? Write something in comments. Let me see what you're grateful for. Talk to me. And definitely share. Share, as sharing is caring. Somebody somewhere need to hear what the topic of tonight is. And what is your personal quote? How do you describe yourself? What is that thing you say to yourself day in and day out that keeps you motivated? It keeps you inspired. Do you listen to yourself? Your conscience is always talking. Are you listening when it displays? Sometimes we have to pay attention to that. So I'm just kind of scrolling down my timeline and talking about some of the things that I have out there because I've been sharing little nuggets all day long of what I was going to be talking about tonight. Just a little one-on-one time with the Sparrows. And to let you know, quite a few things are on the cusp of unveiling. Grateful that Wisdom Wednesdays are booked completely out to September. And I've started a waiting list because I refuse to book out for the entire year. Too many things are going to be taking place come October. So I'm prepared for that and completely excited about it. Who knew? It hasn't even been a full year that I started doing these podcasts. I started in September last year. Nope, lies. I did it. Well, I did it throughout 2018, but I came on to launch them for every week in September last year. So I'm coming up on that 1 year anniversary when it comes to that. Grateful. Oh my gosh. the things that are happening behind the scenes. You'll hear all about it. Like I said, intentionally haven't completely booked out solely for matters of the heart. However, I'll be casting a net on that because I'll be reaching out to some people who can fit that platform. I'm just going to be very specific about it, and when I put that video out, then they will know exactly what I'm looking for in order to be spotlighted on Matters of the Heart Monday. But that's not here or there right now. I'm just expressing gratitude, and I love each and every one of you so much for all that you do, for showing up every single week, being excited about the topics and the guests that I've had on, engaging. That's important. And don't feel for a minute that it doesn't go noticed, because it is. And I make sure that I go into every broadcast and every comment made. I respond, I like, I love, reply to each and every one of you, because that's how grateful I am. Because you don't have to do that. You don't have to show up. And I'm grateful that you do. That's real talk. The thing is, I put myself on display on this canvas because it's my life. I can't talk to you about anything that I don't have proof of, anything that I am not, something I haven't gone through, something I can speak truth on. So having clients past and present, and those that are going to be coming in the future, I am an open book, and you can determine who I am just by scrolling through my timelines, wherever I am in social media. It paints the picture as to who I am and authenticate me. I have nothing to hide, nothing at all. And if you really want to get to the meat of some things, what I did not want to write was what I wrote. I had to be vulnerable. I had to be transparent. I had to share my truth, and I did it with grace and having dignity and basically doing what I was led to do. And grateful, not so much because of the book, however, what this book has done for other people. That's what's blown me out of the water. The response from other people. And in love with that fact. Barbara Lane, Shatavia Owens, welcome to the room. So good to see all of my people, my family, my friends, my longtime friends, my god niece, Tay. That's it. What are you grateful for? I'm just planting that seed. If you don't have a time every single day that you set aside, I know we wake up in the morning, like I said, before we go to sleep at night. Yeah, great. But what is your time every single day that you set aside to be grateful? Maybe needing to have a reset. Something like that. That's real talk. What does your personal quote sound like? That is you, basically. What I was saying to those that are earlier, that came on with me in the beginning of the hour, of how I take and utilize my quote that I say at the end of every broadcast. Love without conditions, always possess a positive attitude, and so are in all you do. I love you, mean it. Then I blow you smooches. All of that is me. That's who I am. That's me all the time. And I basically, today, I just felt compelled to kind of twist that up a bit, because I've always had a personal quote for myself. Victoria, how are you? Victoria Miller. I haven't seen you in a while. And every time I see your name, I smile, because you make me think of my Grammy. Grammy's been gone for a very long time, so you just brought joy in the room just by me seeing your name. You just gave me a flash of my grandma. So thank you, Victoria. Grateful for your presence. However, like I said, earlier today, I was just writing my gratitude time, and a flux of so much came as I was also in the midst of writing for the book that I'm doing everything within me to finish. However, every time I think I'm about done, something new comes up. Something juicy comes up to go in it that I have to add. So I know that it's not much longer now, and it will be coming out because the name has changed and my title has changed twice. So whenever it's changed twice, that third time is it. So I have that third title now, and it's permanent. The very same thing happened with How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time. This was the winner. This was the perfect title for this book, and it's so appropriate, just as the new name that I can't share yet. But once the cover is complete, then I will display it. I will post it. I will do that. Thomas Flowers, welcome to the room. However, like I said, my personal quote, if you don't have one, create one, because it resembles you. Paint the picture of yourself. Mine reads, I am a conversationalist who loves wholeheartedly without conditions, always possessing a positive attitude, and aspire to soar in all I do. My personal quote. And it's just a spin from my closing, from what my quote of Love Without Conditions, that one, that I share at the end of every broadcast. I just put a spin on that because it reminds me of who I am. And of course, book 2, that's what the title was. I am, I accept me. Being brave, being bold, being fierce. And the way I'm writing that is different, completely different than How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time, although it's the second part to a 3-part trilogy. So, stay tuned for that. And that's all I have to say tonight. Gratitude is everything to me. And I just wanted to just cast the net out there. Plant a little seed. And, let you all know that I love you that much. And what are you sincerely grateful for? And by you being grateful every day, no matter what time it is that you choose to express that or be that with God, it doesn't matter. Just do it. How has it changed your life? It keeps me sane. It keeps me healthy. It keeps me focused. It reminds me of who I am, why I do what I do. And it's all from the simplicity of saying, thank you. I'm grateful. I know who my source is, who I depend on, no matter what it looks like, every day. I am who I am. I am who I say I am. I exude my character every single day. Those of you who know me personally can attest to that. Those of you who are getting to know who I am, enjoy. Enjoy, because what you see is what you get. I don't treat you any different than the next person. Everybody get the same love and respect. I love wholeheartedly and unconditionally. And I remember, having friends, Val, how can you treat everybody the same? How are you always kind to everybody? Always smiling, always hugging, always got to have a conversation. Why in the world do you do that all the time? And my answer will always remain the same, because that's who I am. I'm not going to change. That's who I am. I love people. My business is people, because I love you that much. Conversations is how I do what I do. I don't have interviews, none of that. I have conversations. That's why I say I am a conversationalist. Yes. Sherman Richards, welcome in. Patricia says, I accept your love and respect you highly. Thank you, Patricia. I love and respect you also. I look forward to the day when I can physically meet you. It's so much family. I consider each and every sparrow that drop into the room, that engage with me, get to know who I am. I get to know who you are. You're family. You really are. And I just look forward to that day when I can actually get to meet you physically. because it will. It's going to happen. That's my promise to you, Patricia. I love you that much. But that's the juice. That's the gist. That's what I have for today. I thank you for spending time with me. As always, it's a big deal. And there have been many of you that pops in. You keep asking, where in the world can I get your book, Valerie? Because I don't really talk about where you can get it. I probably should, huh? Yes. You got breaks now. You told me you got breaks before. Did you need new breaks, Patricia? I need you to be able to stop. Okay. But where you can get the book is on either Amazon.com or Barnes & Nobles. You can get it. Just put in How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time. I will be mindful to put the link in comments somewhere, because I'm talking about different topics and I'm not always thinking about this. You know, this is the weakness that I do have. I don't promote a whole lot when it comes to myself. I promote other people. So I am being mindful and conscious to now show the book and tell you where you can get it. It's on Amazon.com as well as Barnes & Nobles. And just getting out there to do some book signings and things like that. It's going to be some Q&As that I will be sending invitations out to. So if you have the book, if you've read the book, be sure to shoot me a note. Let me know that you have. If you're interested in being a part of the Q&A, let me know. However, only if you've read the book, because we're going to be talking about questions that you may have when it comes to the book, because it's going to be to the point to where this book is leading into the second one. And yeah. And I find myself sometimes having to go back and remind myself. I'll go back and read my own book sometimes to remind myself of things I've already been through. It's like, oh yeah. That's right. But it's plenty to talk about. It's from one extreme to the next. It's 43 chapters. Some long, some short, but engaging. And again, me being vulnerable and transparent, sharing my truths. Some of you will be laughing and you may be crying and you may empathize and resonate with some things that I've talked about. Yeah, that's the whole point of the Q&A, because the book released in 2017 and I'm just getting around to promoting it because it's been a whirlwind of so many other things that's taken place. And then book 2 is now about to come out, building platform as far as my business and all of that. My goodness. Hi Lisa, welcome to the room. How are you doing today, cousin? Shonda Paul Overton, welcome to the room. Great. Patricia, you're almost road ready. Got new tires too. You have been getting a lot of things, so it's plenty to be grateful for. It's summertime and it's time to get on the road. Do something fun. Do something fabulous for yourself. And know that I'm always thinking of you guys. I want to inspire you. I want to be there for you. I am your conscious lifestyle strategist as well as your conversationalist. And on that note, it's a little after 8, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. But be mindful. I just want to plant the seed with you tonight to be grateful. Have that time of day when you're conscious in that moment and you set the bells and whistles on your phone and you're reminded to stop and be grateful in that moment every day. Do that. It will literally, I promise you, it will change your life. It'll change every aspect of it. I promise you that. Tried and true. I've been doing this for so many years. I can't even count how many years I've been doing this and have shared it with other people. That's why I wrote about it in the book. It's that powerful. That's why I share on my timeline every day, my gratitude time. Because until you're grateful for something, you'll never have anything of necessary need for anything else. Be grateful for what you have in order to have more than enough. It's about abundance. And I read that quote from Eckhart Tolle at the beginning. And I'm going to read it again. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation to all abundance. Eckhart Tolle. That's simple. Hi, Sandy Longo. You're coming on as I'm going to be getting off. I miss you, Sandy. I miss you so much. So expect a call from me soon. Or shoot me a text or call me when you have opportunity. I miss you very, very, very much. And I look forward to speaking to you super soon. Okay? So guys, that's about it. Be mindful. Like I said, I came on to just say to you, be grateful. And having a time to acknowledge that, being conscious of it, as well as creating your personal quote. What does your personal quote look like? What does it sound like? It's just a representation of who you are. Be able to do that. Patricia, you're grateful for all the blessings that have, presented themselves. Yes, absolutely. But write your quotes out. Put it where you can see it. Remind yourself. Record it on your phone. Put it on your mirror. Write it on a sticky note. Have it at your desk at work. Mine is, I am a conversationalist who loves wholeheartedly without conditions, always possessing a positive attitude and aspire to soar in all I do. I'm that fast-moving train. No matter what it is, I'm going to always be tunnel vision because I have seen the vision of the end result. So by me seeing what the end looks like, it's easy for me to work hard to get there. It's like that. That's how my mind works. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is juicy. Oh my goodness, that's fabulous. I cannot wait to get there. So everything else is made to be adjusted into my life to get to what I have seen. The preview that is coming in my life. So that's why I'm so grateful. That's why it's so easy how I can let things go. I can give things away. I can change the dynamic of my life because I've always had so much to where to now have to downsize and cut is worth it to me because of my business. Do I need that or do I just want that? Why am I keeping that? Is it for me or is it because of other people? Absolutely not. I'm not a materialistic person. Gratitude cuts out, diminishes materialism. And by me cutting and giving away and just really shrinking myself in spaces, I'm joyful. I love it. No stress, no mess. I mean, it's just so amazing. I can't describe how great it feels. And I remember my dad saying to me many years ago, I got laid off from my job in Charlotte in 2008. That's when the whole bottom fell out of the economy, right? And I called my dad to tell my dad what was going on. I was like, Daddy, I just got laid off. Oh my goodness. And you know, all dramatic with it. And so my dad was like, the first thing he said, all calm. I could just eat my daddy up. Daddy said, live on less. That's what he said. So what do you mean, Dad? Live on less? I'm already destitute. He said, child, you are far from destitute. But in my mind, like, oh my gosh, I can't go to the spa. Oh my goodness, I can't shop. Oh my gosh, what is going to happen now? But those profound words were, live on less. 3 words, that's what my dad said. And that was a mic drop. He said nothing else. That was it. I said, Daddy, are you kidding me? But that's when I really started taking into consideration of all the things that I have. Do I really need that? Or is it a want? 99% of the time, it was wants. It wasn't a need. And once I realized that I really don't need anything, because when I have God, I've got everything. You know? I think it's a quote that I put somewhere on the timeline, somewhere in Facebook world. And I'm having to be mindful to keep all of my quotes in one place because I'm using them in my books. So as it hits me during those times, you know, I said, giving up everything allows me to have everything. That's what I said. And I had someone inbox me because I put that quote out. Giving up everything, I have everything. And it changes trajectory of your life and causes you to have assessments saying, is this a need or is this a want? And just by my dad saying those 3 words, as much as I love the spa, still love the spa like that. That's my happy place. I started creating organic products to satisfy my urges, my needs, or what I thought I needed. But the thing is, praying about it, being awakened at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and God is putting in my spirit to read this scripture, read that scripture. I'm like, you couldn't do this during the day? Why are you going to wake me up out of my sleep to do this? So get up. I wrote the scripture down and tried going back to sleep. Lies. No, he said, no, read it now. And so I would read the scriptures, reading them. But within those scriptures were formulas for product. And then I'm like, what is this? This is like 2010, 2011 by this time. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? I don't make products. I go to the spa. I buy what I want, X, Y, and Z. But no. When that bottom fell out in 2008, it was like 5 years that I really didn't have a job per se. I worked contract positions. I did my interior design, created customers and things like that. I was doing me. Little did I know I was entrepreneur then, because I was pretty much forced into it because the economy was so bad. So that's why now it's like grateful that I don't have to depend on a job. I have learned along the way, and it's profound, of all the things. So that's when I say I'm grateful. This girl here, I am grateful. There were times when the footprints were in the sand, 2 sets of footprints, mine and Jesus, big brother. But then there are many times over the years, it was just 1 set because he had to carry me through it all. I had to be focused. I had to be determined. And that's where I am now. Getting it. And getting rid of things. Getting rid of it. I don't need that. I love that. I want to keep that. But you know what? Gotta go. Because I know it's so much new that's coming. I'm getting rid of the old because it's newness coming. Old's gotta go in order to make room for new. I'm conscious of that. So, and it took me back to my dad saying, live on less. And he'll tell me right now. And, he said, girl, how are you doing? What's going on with business? What's happening with you? And I said, Daddy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I said, I'm working on this. And, well, it's not quite there yet. And, of course, those of you who know my daddy would understand. He would simply say, you're doing better than you're giving yourself credit for. I am very proud. And so when my daddy and my mom say they're proud of me, it's just like, oh, I can breathe now. I can breathe because they see what I can't see because I'm here. And that's why on the timeline I had, stay in your lane. Don't take your eyes off the road. You can fall off the cliff. As long as you keep your eyes on your lane, then you can hang those curves when you need to hang. But when you're dealing with other people, you're being mindful of other people, it's difficult for you to stay focused on what's intended specifically for you. So that's why I say gratitude is everything. Welcome to the room, Mayday. Is everything. So you're going to forever hear me talking about gratitude. I've done it all my life, but even more so now to the point I felt compelled to launch a blog in January. So I've been doing this blog prior to that. But to do things in private, I had to expose myself. I had to do now on the forefront so all you sparrows can see what I'm doing. I want you to see what I'm doing. So be mindful of that timeline. Take 2 seconds and read the gratitude time. And at the end of every gratitude time, I always ask, what are you grateful for today, Sparrow? Just to plant the seed, to cast the net and say, you know what? Be grateful for something. I don't care how grand or how small it is. Be grateful for your growth, who you're becoming. Soar in all you do. That's why my personal quote is what it is. You see me for who I am. I'm displayed full frontal. So out here. I promise you. I'm not going to talk anymore because I'm getting, winded with it. I get all excited and I start talking and talking and talking. But you have to display self. Understand who you are. If you don't understand who you are, take an assessment of yourself. Learn who you are. If you still can't navigate that, that's what I do. Conscious Lifestyle Strategist. I introduce you to yourself and find joy in it. Because it's nothing like being you, loving you enough to give yourself an opportunity to be that. So, that's all, Sparrows. That's all I'm going to say tonight. And get your copy. And in your case, Jabo, make sure you start writing down. Get busy with your books. We all have stories to tell. Some of us don't mind sharing these aspects of our lives. However, some of us are horrified to do it. I never thought the day would come where I would air my stuff or talk about me. However, grateful that I have, because not only did I heal my own heart through God, of course, the fabulous in my book isn't about me. I became fabulous through Christ. So don't believe the hype of what you may think that title means. It's not self-centeredness at all. It's not any of that. I have completely taken myself out of the circle. God is in the middle of my everything. That's who I consult. That's my source. I am second. I always follow him. So the thing is, until you're in alignment of who you are, discovery of yourself is going to be vital. Do that first. Because until you discover who you are, it makes life difficult to move in the direction you're supposed to be going in. So, I'm going to zip it right here. I promise. I promise. Again, for all of you catching the replay, thank you for dropping in and watching until the end. Be sure to write into comments what you're grateful for. I don't care if it's one thing. It can be 50 things. I don't care. But be grateful every single day. You don't have to stop at 2 o'clock like I do. However, I'm grateful all day long. But when I wake up in the morning, first thing, grateful. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, consciously grateful. That's my time with him. That's it. And of course, at the end of the night, my prayers. 3 times a day. Very conscious of that. Even though all day long, that's what I'm doing. Subconsciously. You can be so grateful that you're being grateful when you're not even aware that you're being grateful. Let your character display who you are. And sometimes character display the authenticity of who you sincerely are. And you know that change is necessary. You just haven't taken the steps to do it. Be grateful of the acknowledgement. Make the changes that are necessary to become who you were born to be. And that's it. On that note, love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude. And soar in all you do. I love you. Mean it, and Smooches.